TomoNews presents Volcanoes.
Volcano Villarrica in southern Chile erupted on Tuesday morning. Chilean officials issued a red alert on Monday, and thousands of people were evacuated from the area prior to the explosion. Volcano Villarrica is one of the most active volcanoes in South America. A stratovolcano, Villarrica was formed by many layers of hardened lava and volcanic ash. Villarrica also has a crater at the brim, created when the volcano's magma chamber was emptied after a previous large eruption. As with most stratovolcanoes, Villarrica is capable of erupting with great force because gases dissolved in the magma increase pressure within the volcano. The gas is released at the top along with the magma. Prior to the eruption, 3,385 people were evacuated from 2 nearby towns as a precaution after Chilean officials noticed activity in Villarrica's crater this past week. Villarrica erupted on Tuesday morning at around 3 a.m. local time, spewing lava and ash 1,000 meters into the air. Volcanic ash from the explosion is expected to cover considerable distances and travel to parts of neighboring Argentina.
Japanese Mount Ontake eruption leaves 31 feared dead. Japan's second highest volcano erupted on Saturday, leaving hundreds trapped on the mountain for hours and more than 30 feared dead. Located in central Japan, Mount Ontake is the second highest volcano in the country. The 3,067 meters volcano erupted at around noon on Saturday. The eruption was reportedly a phreatic one, caused by groundwater overheated by magma. The water then exploded into steam that pulverizes large amounts of rocks inside the volcano conduit. The rocks erupted together with white plumes of gas and ash, rising approximately 4 kilometers into the sky. Following the eruption, as much as 15 centimeters of ash were deposited on the ground. The eruption left 31 people feared dead and trapped hundreds on the mountains and in lodges for hours. According to Reuters, more than 40 people were also injured, several with broken bones.
Hawaiian residents forced to evacuate town as lava from volcano approaches. Lava from the Kilauea volcano has been crawling towards inhabited rural areas on Hawaii's Big Island since the volcano erupted in late June. Local authorities went door to door in the town of Pahoa on Saturday, preparing residents to evacuate. In eruptions over the past few years, molten rock has erupted from magma reservoirs through the Pu'uoa crater on Kilauea and tended to flow south toward the ocean. But in June, lava erupted from a vent on the northeastern slope of the crater, resulting in a northeasterly flow toward the town of Pahoa. As of Monday, lava from the volcano was just 70 yards away from the nearest residence. The leading edge of the lava measures about 100 yards wide and is spreading at a rate of about 10 to 15 yards an hour. Authorities estimate that at least 50 to 60 home and business structures in the area are likely to be impacted.
A recently discovered volcano could be the second largest in our solar system. Tamu Massif is an extinct shield-type volcano 1,600 kilometers east of Japan. The area of its basalt dome is approximately equal to Great Britain and Ireland added together, or over 100,000 square kilometers. That is comparable to Mars' Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in our solar system. Tamu Massif formed around 145 million years ago, and its peak is 4.4 kilometers above the sea floor. By comparison, Olympus Mons would rise over 20 kilometers above the seafloor on Earth. William Sager, lead author of the paper which identified Tamu Massif as a single volcano, named the volcano after Texas A&M University, where he worked while researching it.
The Ring of Fire is home to 90% of the world's earthquakes. Hundreds were killed and more injured when 2 killer earthquakes hit Japan and Ecuador over the weekend. Despite occurring only 32 hours apart, experts believe the two are not related. The only commonality is that both are located in the seismically active Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire is a horseshoe-shaped arc around the Pacific Ocean that extends from South America all the way to New Zealand. At about 25,000 miles long, its most visible features are the volcanoes dotting the coast, roughly 75% of all active volcanoes on Earth. Throughout history, cataclysmic eruptions have occurred in this area, so Johnny Cash was on spot when he sang that the Ring of Fire burns, burns, burns. 90% of the world's earthquakes also occur along the ring, caused by the sliding of tectonic plates, huge slabs of the Earth's crust. When plates slide horizontally past each other, some parts get stuck. Built-up stress in those areas eventually cause the rock to break or slip, and the plates to lurch forward, causing earthquakes. Plates that collide form convergent plate boundaries, which give rise to volcanoes through subduction. Those that pull apart form divergent boundaries, which become the site for seafloor spreading and rift valleys. A less powerful quake in Tonga also occurred Sunday. It too is believed to be unrelated to those in Ecuador and Japan. Despite this, an increase in global seismic activity in recent years is still cause for concern.
Alaska's most active volcano looks poised to erupt. Experts warn that one of Alaska's most active volcanoes will be erupting soon. Warnings have been issued by the Alaska Volcano Observatory, an organization formed to study and monitor volcanic activity in the state. The Alaska Volcano Observatory has increased the alert level of Alaska's most active volcano, the Pavlov Volcano. The volcano erupted earlier this year, triggering a red alert, the highest of 4 levels. The latest Pavlov eruption in March sent an ash cloud as high as 37,000 feet into the atmosphere, covering villages and producing volcanic mud and lava flows. Eruptions of this degree cause issues for jet-powered airplanes. Volcanic ash clouds consist of small tephra, which are bits of pulverized rock and glass. These are only distinguishable from regular clouds via satellites in space. When these rocks and glass are sucked into an airplane's jet engines, they melt and coagulate, fusing the blades and other parts of the turbine, thereby causing engine failure. The eruption was the first for Pavlov since November 2014, and noted by the AVO as the most energetic since 1996. Pavlov is one of the most consistently active volcanoes in the Aleutian Arc. It has erupted 6 times since 1996, and 21 times in the past 50 years.
Pluto may be home to ice-spewing volcanoes. A probe has found evidence of cryovolcanoes on Pluto's surface, suggesting the dwarf planet may not be as inactive as scientists originally thought. When NASA's New Horizons spacecraft flew past Pluto on July 14th, it scanned the planet's surface and has slowly been transmitting data back to Earth. The latest images show what appear to be 2 ice mountains, each with a depression on top, near the bottom of the planet's heart-shaped plain. The volcanoes, informally called Wright Mons and Picard Mons, are about 100 miles across and 2 and 3.5 miles high respectively. Unlike Earth volcanoes that eject lava, the structures on Pluto would likely release an icy slush containing nitrogen, ammonia, and methane. Geological activity on the planet's surface indicates an internal heat source, possibly radioactive elements in its core. With only 20% of New Horizons data downlinked to Earth, scientists need to wait for the remaining pictures and data from the July encounter to confirm cryovolcanism on the dwarf planet.
Chile volcano erupts for the first time in 5 decades. The Calbuco volcano that has been inactive for 5 decades suddenly erupted twice this week, blasting huge clouds of ash into the air and forcing the evacuation of at least 4,000 people. The Calbuco volcano, located in southern Chile, is about 1,000 kilometers south of the Chilean capital, Santiago. The volcano erupted at around 6 p.m. local time on Wednesday, sending a thick plume of ash and smoke nearly 10 kilometers into the sky. The second eruption occurred at around 1 a.m. Thursday, sending the ash about 20 kilometers into the sky. A 20-kilometer radius around the volcano was evacuated, forcing the relocation of about 4,000 residents. The column of ash and smoke could collapse and cause a pyroclastic flow, which is a current of superheated gas and rock that could go as fast as 700 kilometers per hour and reach temperatures of about 1,000 degrees Celsius. The last eruption of the Calbuco volcano was in 1961. The eruption could be seen as far as 50 kilometers away.
Could a new volcano be forming in New Zealand? Scientists say a buildup of magma found near a small town in New Zealand is responsible for thousands of small earthquakes in the area. The presence of the magma could also mean that a new volcano will form above the Earth's surface. A huge magma buildup has been discovered on New Zealand's North Island, near the town of Matata, in the Topao volcanic zone. Scientists using GPS data and satellite images say the magma has caused a 400 square kilometer area of land to rise 40 centimeters since 1950. The magma probably also triggered thousands of small earthquakes in recent years that were previously attributed to tectonic shifts. The researchers claim there is enough magma located 10 kilometers beneath the town to fill 80,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. The magma could cause a volcano to form, but the process would take hundreds or thousands of years. It is also possible that over time, the magma may cool and solidify underneath the Earth. New Zealand is home to several active volcanoes, but there have been none near Matata for at least 400,000 years. So maybe it's time for Matata's 650 residents to start considering a move.
Iceland volcano could erupt and create giant ash cloud. Thousands of seismic tremors have prompted authorities in Iceland to raise the aviation threat warning posed by a volcano. The Barabunga volcano, located in central Iceland beneath a giant glacier, is the country's second highest mountain. Recent indicators suggest the ice-covered volcano may erupt. Magma activity can create pressure on surrounding rock, causing it to fracture, resulting in earthquakes. On August 18, seismologists recorded the region's strongest earthquake since 1996, when the mountain last erupted. Since August 16, there have been some 2,000 tremors, mostly 5 to 10 kilometers deep. If magma rises toward the surface, it could vaporize the ice cap, resulting in a rapid buildup of steam and pressure that would cause the mountain to blow open and send water vapor, ash, and fine rock particles high into the air. These light particles can remain in an ash cloud for days or weeks, prompting Iceland to raise the threat level for aircraft from yellow to orange, its second highest alert status. In 2010, another of Iceland's volcanoes erupted, disrupting air traffic for weeks and causing an estimated $1.7 billion in losses.
Japanese island evacuated after volcano erupts. A volcano on a small Japanese island erupted on Friday, sending smoke billowing thousands of meters into the sky and forcing residents to evacuate. Mount Shindake erupted on Kuchinarabu Island, a small island in southern Japan, at 9:59 a.m. on Friday morning. After the volcano erupted and spewed a tower of black clouds into the sky, the Japan Meteorology Agency raised the volcano alert level from 3 to 5. The approximately 140 residents of the island were evacuated by ferry. A pyroclastic flow of heated gas and rocks flowed down the side of Mount Shindake following the eruption and made its way down to the ocean. No injuries were reported despite the suddenness of the eruption.
Mount Sinabung in northern Sumatra, Indonesia, erupted twice on the same day last week. A column of smoke that reached up to 7 kilometers in height billowed from the volcano. Hot gas from the partially collapsed smoke column sent rocks down the slopes up to 1.2 kilometers from their origin. A 5-kilometer exclusion zone issued around Sinabung may be expanded. Rock debris and pyroclastic material also flowed into rivers in the region. Smoke cools and expands at the top of the column. Ash falls back to the ground from the cloud, killing crops in the surrounding area. About 5,300 people were evacuated from the regions surrounding the volcano.
Mexico's erupting Popocatépetl volcano has been spewing large clouds of ash and vapor into the sky. Popocatépetl is located 80 kilometers southeast of Mexico City. The volcano contains a steep-walled 400 by 600 meter crater. It is a stratovolcano, which are often steep-sided and have a symmetrical cone shape, built of alternating layers of lava and pyroclastic material. High-viscosity lava is rich in gas. As the gases are released, pressure builds up inside the central vent and underground. The pressure eventually causes an explosion, in which ash, debris, and magma will be spewed from the central vent to the Earth's surface. The alert level for the volcano was raised to yellow phase 3 on July 6th, the third highest caution on the 7-step scale.